Hello, and welcome to another segment of Mail Time. I think it was the last Mail Time was in video number 17. It's been quite a while ago. Anyway, I got 3 packages here. One that's been here for a while, over on the right, no idea. The one in the middle, I did get a heads up. No idea what's in it. I know it's kind of a heavy package. And the big box on the left. Just came in this morning, so we're going to open these up and see what we have. Well, our first box comes from Jameson Bowen, all the way from Illinois. And we have a note. Hi buddy, been watching your videos for a while. I see you like vintage radio stuff. In the box is a vintage, oh okay. Alright, well let's just open it up before I spoil it. And there's another box. It's packaged fairly well. I think y'all gonna like this. Have a Icom microphone. What we have here is an Icom IC-215, and what this is a 2-meter FM transceiver that's crystal controlled. Well, I think we can get a better view of it there. And this little radio has an S meter here at the top. As you can see, either power or transmit light. There's a selector switch to select the crystal, and I think it's 15, and it goes up to 12. I believe this model though has 15 crystals in it, and I think it's selectable by this switch down here. Well, I wasn't expecting that to even come on. That's pretty cool. And light off on, you can see the volume switch, squelch, dial or other programmed frequencies, and power switch, high-low power. This little radio covers from 144 to 148 megahertz FM. It has 3 watts on high and a half watt on low power. It's a dual conversion superhet receiver. One is on 13.8 volts. Has 50 ohm load. Speaker. We have a pull-out antenna. And here on the back we have our power connector and an SO239 to screw an antenna in. The thing receives, or it sounds like it does. Let's see if it even picks up a station. Yeah, that was a repeater from somewhere. I couldn't quite make out what it was. And if I plugged up an outside antenna, I could hear it. Now, these radios will not have no tone boards in them, So if you was to use this on any local repeater today, you would have to install some type of programmable tone board. But yeah, don't even have to hook it up to the service monitor, because I already see that it's receiving. So I verified the radio does transmit, but the mic is not working. Either there's a bad wire or dirty switch in the mic, so I'm going to have to look at that later. But it does receive. About mine is 110 dBm. That was about minus 90 dBm with the S9 on the receiver. So the radio does have some potential. I went ahead and removed the covers. I thought I'd just do that right quick, just so y'all can see the inside in case you've never seen one of these radios. I usually have to have one of these back some time ago, and on the cover is a handy little chart to show you which crystals go to where, so it makes it easier when you're changing crystals. But you got your crystal banks here. There's your telescopic antenna that goes down. You see your SO239 down here in the bottom. Now here's a trap for young players. If you want to do some testing on this radio and you connect the SO239, you know, to an antenna port or piece of service equipment, and you're going to transmit to a dummy load, well, actually you're still transmitting on air due to this antenna that's in here. Even with it always down, it's going to emit some RF out. So if you're close to a repeater and you're trying to tune these crystals, it's possible that you will key up the repeater. Now, like I say, the radio doesn't have a tone board in it, but if someone is on the repeater on a handy talkie that's just getting in, you're going to ride in on his single, and they'll be hearing you on the repeater doing your testing. So that's just a little trap for young players that I want to let you know about. See our oscillator circuits down here. We have a transmit circuit down here. Here on the other side is our receiver, there's our speaker, and 9 C-cell batteries. Thing takes a lot of batteries. It makes the rig pretty heavy. I'm not sure what this thing weighs in at. Let's see, 1.9 kilograms, batteries included. Very good. And other plug here, I can't remember mine having this plug, but it looks stock from Icom, so maybe that's an option to plug a tone board in. I'll have to go in and pull the service manual on it and take a look at it. But anyway, that's the Icom IC-215 amateur FM transceiver, and thank you very much, Jameson. This will come in handy for a few things. And you know, you can also use this for a piece of test equipment, for injecting singles and so forth, or you know, using the receiver on it. Very nice. Thank you, Jameson. Next up comes from Mike, all the way in Fairfield, Pennsylvania. Now, this one I did get a heads up on. So let's crack this open and see what Mike says. Now, Mike is Mike's radio repair. That's you'll see him replying to some of my YouTube videos, well, about all my YouTube videos. So I'll leave a link to his channel down below. Thank you very much, Mike. Really excited to see what's inside here. Very well packed. Oh boy. Mike told me he was sending a goodie box, and I must say he really sent a goodie box. Let's see here. Got a bag of little rubber feet to go on bottom of equipment. These are definitely come in handy. I'm always having to order stuff like this. Phono cables. Female on one end, male on the other. Those will definitely come in handy. Some RCA cables. Has a female and males on the other end. You split off, go 1 to 2. Couple of commercial grade mic hangers. This is the type that we used to use on business vans to hang microphones on. Very heavy duty. Variable tuning capacitor. Got several of those in here. A small one, just on a piece of ceramic. This is the HF100. Very nice. And this is a large one. It's almost look like it came out of a VFO or something. And this one has the brand name. It's a National. This would make good for a either building a VFO or for a receiver circuit in an old tube radio. Some more cables, BNC to BNC chassis mount. Looks like maybe came out of some test equipment or something. Like some nice binding post. Oh yeah. These are push in where you can connect something over to the side of it or plug directly into it. Some red and black here. That'll definitely come in handy. Now these, I always forget the name of them. Definitely not what on the bag. I always have the worst time remembering the name of these. But you know, it's little single pin screws on. I got some test equipment that use this. And yes, I can definitely use this. That worked good on my single tracer. There's a little box here. Look, it might have some type of variable capacitor inside. It's on a swivel. So I guess you can mount it either way, and one cable with a female BNC on it. And almost looks like SMA, but it's not. One little small center pin in there. I'll have to check this out. Find out just what's in it. Yep, exactly what I thought it was. It's a little circuit board here with a ceramic air variable capacitor. And it's got a couple of cables connected to it. These are always nice to have for projects. They come in real handy. Alright, got a little box here with two SO239s with like a ceramic feed through. It's probably capacitor feed through. And well, I don't have to open this up. This says RF through sampler coupled by a 7 picofarad cap inside. Very nice. It's a good way to get a single through a piece of coax and tap off of it. Got a bag of 3-terminal audio jacks. Like there's some female and there's some males in there. Oh yes, there's some nice large orange drop capacitors. Good for 1600 volt, 0.033, and these are made by Sprague. They'll definitely come in handy. Wow, you really threw a lot of stuff in this box. These are BNC tees, male connector, female ends. This I know Mike was sending because he was telling me he was going to send me some tees. A couple of end male, 2 BNCs. These are nice for testing on equipment. Here's some BNC double males and double female barrel connectors. Zip sockets. I always, get projects when you need to test an IC, and you can mount these on a breadboard and plug your socket in, and your chip in, lock it down, and do all the testing you want. They come in real handy for different ICs. Now this is nice. These will work good with my Icom 460 oscilloscope. They're dual bananas with BNC connectors on them. He gave me a good amount of these, and these come in real handy. In fact, I've got 2 of them, and one of them is broken, and I've been needing to replace it. I don't have to order none now. What is this big heavy thing here? This is a little transformer, like, used in a variac. Input volts 120. Looks like it's 1.5 amp. That'll come in handy. So if you need to make a little variac circuit to bring up an old radio, be very nice, or just you need some high current resistance. Very nice. Knobs. All kinds of knobs. I see some chicken heads in there. Some knobs with like a ring around them. In case you want to put these on and you want to put your own stencil around them. That'd be nice for making projects. All different kinds of knobs. I'm always needing knobs. There's a right angle end mill. Both sides. More T's for BNCs. Great, I have plenty of these now. Larger knobs. Even some more of these with the clear ring around them. Like it accepts a 1/4 inch jack. And we got some that's just got a little arrow on them. Nice. Another right angle end mill. This is some more of the banana plugs to BNC. These will work great on voltmeters. Very nice. With even binding post on this end of BNC. Great. I can't believe that Mike part with these, because this is something you always need. Jesus. There's a bunch of them too. 4 amps. 2 amps. All different kinds in here. And they come in. This is something you always have to order. Some 1 amps. We always running out of fuses. Especially if you bring in a piece of equipment in and you don't check it good, you pop the fuse and you got to go replace the fuse for the customer. Man, these will really come in handy. I just want to thank you very much, Mike. This stuff is great. I was really excited to see what was in this. Alright, let's go on to the next. So what's in the big box? Well, this is something I've been wanting, and thanks to some very nice viewers out there that has donated, we have made this a reality. So let's open this up and take a peek in it. So inside the one big box we got 2 smaller boxes. And we have a stereo microscope. And this is the SZM series. And this is the instruction booklet. The one I ordered is the SM-4T-207. Silicone pack. Came with a big nice cover. So microscope head, and yeah, I want to make sure I had it recording. And as you can see, there's covers on everything. on the eyepieces and cover on the bottom. Screw on. Yep, very fine threads. This is our trinocular port adapter. Like our eyepieces. Two of those. This should be our base. That was the heavy part. It's like Christmas time in May. Alright, I'm going to have to tilt this out. Okay, that was heavy. And this is our base. Just that mount probably weighs 30-40 pounds. As you can see, this is the Amscope and the SM-4T series. Now this microscope is the 7x by 45x. With the double arm boom stand. I wanted the 3.5 by 45, but you know, it was $100 more. So I ordered somebody on the forum on EEV blog said this microscope was fine, just order a 0.5 lens, and it's a barlow lens, so I got that on order, and I'll leave the links all down below to all this stuff. And it should work out real good. Here we have a vertical stand. So locking bar. That's our double boom horizontal bar. And I'll mount to hold the head. And they send a little Allen key to tighten everything up with. Alright, I got the microscope all assembled, and and that's going to be real sweet. I was going to go with a single arm, but some guys on the EV blog recommend to go with a double arm, especially doing video capture. So that's why I went ahead and went with the double arm. Now, two other things I have not ordered yet, and that is a light ring and the video camera. I just want to go ahead and get the basic scope and then find out what I need to for the other accessories. Now, I will tell you that when you put the video camera in, you have to pull this rod. This shuts off this side, the left side, and now it goes through the video recording. And then to go back to binocular, you just push it in. You know, it's one little con about it, but I can work with that. That's no problem. When I get my barlow lens in, that will extend the height of the working distance in between it. I was playing with it a while ago, and about 4 inches from the work to where it's set at the moment, so that's not bad. I'm not sure which light ring I will need for this. There's the bottom is tapered, so you can't clamp a ring around it, and then around this piece there's not enough room to clamp around that. As you can see, this is mounted to here. It looks like the way this is made, there's 2 holes here, and showing the picture they have a light that sits in here that's adjustable, that shines down on the work. I don't really like that. I'd rather have a full light ring around it, but I know this piece is removable, so maybe there's an option. I'll have to get with Amscope and check on that. See. Well, I figured out how the light ring attaches. After a little searching on Amscope website, there's a little collar that screws onto the bottom of the microscope. Then you can attach your light ring to it. This one's a 56 LED light ring with a dimmer, and it sells for $27.75. So this is probably going to be the one, or something similar to it. I'm going to go ahead and order from them. If you don't have the camera in it, there's no cap on top of this, so you have to take this completely out and put the plastic cap back in the top. I tried using my USB camera to try to get an image, but it's so small you can only see one component. But I will tell you, it really magnifies great. This is going to be a nice addition to the shop. So I've got to look around. I went on eBay and a few other places trying to find a camera, and I really haven't found nothing to beat what Amscope has yet. So if anybody knows of any video cameras at reasonable prices that would work with this, please leave your comments down below. Also, if you already got one of these or know anything about the light ring, if this is changeable or whatever, you know, leave a comment down below. I'm going to be running an older laptop. I'm not going to be upgrading anytime soon for this. So these are the cameras I'm looking at. There's 2 up there at the top, one for $79, one for $89, and they're both USB 2. So I'm going to go something similar to those. And there was another one here I was looking at, 3 megapixel USB 2 camera, and the software at $109.75. So one of these is probably going to be the one I'm going to order. I tried using my point and shoot camera to try to take a picture of what I was seeing in there, but it doesn't work out too good. It makes the image very small, just a small opening. So I'll have my camera and light rings and my other lens in before long, so that'll help out a lot. And I really appreciate everyone that sent stuff in. It's really nice to see items in the mail. So Anyway, we thank you, and we'll catch you next time.